Today I'm going to be reviewing the Central Pneumatic Deluxe Airbrush Kit from Harbor Freight. Here is the kit itself. Comes with the paint bottle, a smaller bottle. It comes with the tool to remove the nozzle for cleaning. You also get a couple of adapters to hook up to an air hose. And you also get a stand, a small little stand. This kit, you can usually find it under $20 normally at Harbor Freight, or you can find it much cheaper through the website. When you buy this kit, you only get the airbrush and the bottle and all. You pretty much get everything that you see pictured. That's it. No air hose, no anything else. Now, in the same aisle, you will find braided line with adapters for this airbrush. Now with the air hose, you get a couple adapters, but you still need to supply another adapter or a quick fitting so you can hook it up to your air compressor, as you see I've done here. So this is about 10 feet of line. I'm going to show you real quick how to hook up this hose to the airbrush. So when you get the airbrush kit, you're gonna get these adapters and come with it. You're gonna take everything off and just leave the threaded part there. Now when you get your braided line, you just take off all your adapters and your ends are gonna look just like this. Well, these have an O-ring on the inside, so there's no need for Teflon tape. So you just connect this so, tying everything up. That's it. Now on the other end, you're gonna get something just like the other side, just like that. Now you will get this adapter with it, and this is to hook it up to your 1/4 inch line. So again, this has an O-ring on it. Just attach it as so, and you will have to attach this to your compressor or a quick disconnect fitting to attach it to your air hose. Now the type of paint I'm going to be using today is going to be a water-based acrylic paint. And you can find this stuff at your local Walmart. This paint is from Folk Art. Both of them are, so you can see one's outdoor. The other one doesn't state anything, so I guess it's just for art indoor or something. So I'm going to be using the Pure Gold outdoor stuff today on an emblem that I have right there. Now my work has already been prepped and cleaned, so I'm going to put the paint inside the bottle and mix it all up and get to painting and try out this Harbor Freight airbrush kit. Now with the paint, since it's a water-based paint, you will have to mix water with it. No need for oil or anything like that, or acetone. So for the sake of making a shorter video, I'm not going to get into the mixing of the paint and the water and the ratios and this and that. But if you want to know all that, you can request a video. So I'm going to get to painting this piece of emblem I got here, and we'll see how it comes out. Alright, so I airbrushed these two symbols here that I cut out with the plasma cutter. The gold one is actually two colors. It's a pure gold with an antique gold on top of it. Now I had to water down pretty much these because they're too thick to go through the airbrush. So as long as you add water in the paint, and as long as it is a water-based paint, then you should have no problem mixing water in there and getting it to the right thickness that you need to spray through that airbrush. So the airbrush is pretty nice. It's not bad for $17.99 what I paid for it. But what I am going to do is I'm gonna leave it soaking in a cup because that metallic stuff was pretty thick and I'm afraid it will dry inside. So I'm just gonna keep it soaking in here for a couple days. Same thing with the bottle. I can actually see a whole bunch of metallics just coming off of it right now. So I wouldn't recommend using any other cleaner unless you're gonna use like a lacquer. Then you could use paint thinner, but also you have to beware because the pickup tube that goes on top of the bottle here has a plastic seal and the hose is, I think, rubber. You can buy some of this stuff at your local hardware store. They sell a whole bunch of it, but since I'm not going to be using this airbrush too much, just to pretty much airbrush some of my plasma cut art, I'll try to keep this as clean as I can. So as you can see, there is a seal in there, and if you do use a lacquer paint and you use thinner, it will eat through that hose and through the seal in there. So also the spray gun or the airbrush gun has a little yeah, it actually has a little O-ring in here, and if you use thinner, be careful with that because it will melt through it. So but I mean, if you leave it soaking in the water, everything tends to just come off, soaks up pretty nice, and everything just drips off. But again, this is water-based paint, so if you're working with water-based paints, that's no problem. You're fine. What I paid for this, what I could have paid for something like down at Hobby Lobby, I saved a lot of money. Now the Hobby Lobby ones that I saw, they are pretty nice. They actually come with more accessories and everything, so it is worth what they're worth, what they cost in the stores. They're a little over $100. But this is pretty much just the airbrush kit alone. Now remember, if you're at Harbor Freight and you're gonna buy one of these airbrush kits, make sure you buy the braided line and your little adapters and everything that you need, because you will get home and you'll open up your airbrush kit and learn that there isn't no hose included with it. Airbrush is $17.99. Last time I checked, they haven't really been having too many in-store sales, not at the beginning of the year. The braided line is $8.99. So for under $30, you can get you a nice little airbrush kit, and you can start airbrushing now. The symbols are in the back are not fully dry yet. There's two of them. One's just on top of the other, but it's not gonna be like that. This is actually gonna go on my computer. This other one's gonna go on my engine. So all in all, it's a good price. Next thing I'm gonna probably airbrush is my welding hat, which is pretty much all black, no stickers, no anything. It looks kind of dull, but I mean, not that I need a pretty welding hat or anything. Probably the sparks will get to the paint after a while, but I'm gonna just, for the hell of it, try airbrushing the whole hat and see how it comes out. But again, if you need paints, just check out your local Walmart and they'll have it in the crafts, arts and crafts section. You can use this airbrush to color like little bezels and like little screen covers for cell phones. You could color a laptop, a desktop. There's just a whole bunch of possibilities that you can use that airbrush. So that's it for this video, and I recommend the airbrush from Harbor Freight. It's a good price. It's a fun little tool. Also, if you're having any problems, make sure you read the instruction manual. Always keep your airbrush clean. As always, thanks for watching.